welcome back. In this new video, I will be showing you how to use circle to construct internal and external arcs, or concave and convex arc. Here we have a typical example. My first step is to change to my construction layer. So I left click here, go down to construction and activate that. My next step is to draw a circle of diameter 120 millimeters, and for that I type C for circle, enter key. I then 2P or type 2P. I then left click and then enter the diameter, which in this case is 140. Enter. Now my next step is to draw my first circle here. So I hit space bar for circle. I then left click on the left quadrant, left click here, then enter the radius of 30, 30, enter. We have the first circle here. The circle has been established here. My next step is to hit space bar to restart the next circle. I then go to the next end of this, click where the center of the circle should be, then type 30, 30, enter. That is done. Now my next step is to draw an external or concave circle or convex circle. For that I hit C for circle. In this case I want tan and radius because we have one tangent here, second tangent, and a given radius. So I press tan and radius. I then left click at the point where I think the arc should form, one click there, go to the next circle, left click there. My next step is to move my crosshair up to where I think the center should form, which is here. If you notice the command bar, it is asking me to specify the radius of a circle. In this case, the radius of the circle is 120. Right here, that's 120. So I type 120, enter for 120. See how it's on. I could delete this or let it stay if I want. No big deal. My next step is to remove the unwanted section here. So I type TR for trim, enter 2 times, enter once, enter second time. Then touch the part, and that is now gone. That is done. Now my next task is to draw this concave arc. This arc has a radius of 100 millimeters. So I could use the same technique, tan radius, where I type C for circle, enter, then type tan radius, or I could click on it from down there. I'll then left click on the first circle at a point where I assume the arc to form, then go across the other circle, left click inside here, then move my crosshair up to where I assume the center to be, then type 100, 100, enter key. That is done. My next step is to trim that excess. So for trim, I type TR for trim, enter key 2 times, enter. Then left click on the unwanted section, zoom in here, left click here, and zoom into here, left click here. And that is now done. My next step is to change this to the outline. And this can be done by clicking on these 2, 3, 4. Then go up to my layers, left click on for drop down, then go down to outline, choose the outline, and you should end up with something looking like this. Right. My next step is to establish my center lines. So for that, I go up to annotate, located close to the application, then click on the center mark, then left click on the circumference of one circle, then go across, left click on the second circle, and that should be done. Now, the final stage in this process is to add dimension to this drawing. So I go to home, I click on the drop down for dimension. Here we have four radius, four arcs, circles, radius, and arcs. So I click choose arc. I then left click here. Well, I need to change to my dimension layer as well. So now I'm good to go. So I left click here on the circumference, then drag, space bar, left click here, then drag, sorry, space bar to reactivate, left click on the circumference, then drag out a little bit, left click to select where I'm satisfied with. Then hit space bar to reactivate the last command, and left click onto this line, drag out a little bit. When you feel comfortable, left click. And that's it. That is how we use circle command to draw a figure or to blend circles, arcs.